Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, in my last video, uh, give a bit of a tutorial on how to make my nanocarbon alloy factory. And I thought this time we're going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to go through uh, an adventure game right from the very beginning up to the point where we make the nanocarbon alloy factory, and possibly right to the end. Uh, One thing that I honestly have not done on this game is actually get to the very end of the game, where you find out what the mysterious message is at the end. One other thing that I haven't really played around with a whole lot in here is the automation that was brought into the game, uh, just because it's so complex that I sat down, I read stuff, I watched a couple of videos, and just the utter complexity of some of the stuff you can do in here with the automation items, it it'll just blow your mind. Uh, Other people have made videos on it, using it to make fully automated factories and stuff, and I just it took me too long to read through it, and I just didn't feel like using it. So I'm not going to cover that part of it. So I'm going to try and keep these videos fairly short, 15, 20 minutes long if I can. Uh, and we'll try and make a series out of this. So when you get into the menu here, you've got an adventure game, you've got a creative game, and you've got custom games. Now down here you can see I've got two creative games going right here. And then I've got one custom game here, the Casual Explorer, and then I've got one that I was using for streaming on Twitch. So in the custom games, you can create your own configuration here where you can change almost every aspect of the game. You can change how big the biomes are, how many hazards they have, how many resources, POIs, you name it. And you can do it on every planet, on the surface, in the caves, the mantle, the core, change all of it. And then you've got the pre-configured ones here that SES has put in. And we've got SES Hardcore Mode, Farm Calidor Start, No Way Out, Grind World, Easy Street, Hardcore No Missions, SES Story Mode, and the one that I played, Casual Explorer. Casual Explorer isn't too bad. Easy Street's pretty easy. Hardcore New Missions, No Missions, and the SES Hardcore Mode, I haven't tried those ones out because if you die, well, game's over. You restart back at the beginning, you lose everything. Pretty self-explanatory. I took a look at Grind World, and yeah, that one is an absolute grind on every planet because they've turned resources down on every single one of them on all levels. Um, I have tried story mode. It's not bad. Uh, haven't tried the Farm Calidor start. Looks interesting. I like Calidor. It's a good little planet. I took a peek at No Way Out. That one starts you off on Aatrox. So, starting you off on the hardest planet in the solar system with some of the resources turned down, hazards turned up, and they've disabled a lot of the platforms. So, there's no starting shelter on this planet. You get one drill mod 2. There are no respawns. Power is set at 1, except for the wind power generation multiplier, which is set at 0.7. Your oxygen consumption multiplier is 1.5. Your research reward multiplier is 0.5, where your speed is 1. And they've disabled base modules. So these are the modules that you won't be able to print or find. Trade platform, smelting furnace, soil centrifuge, chem lab, all the stuff that you would need uh, in order to build yourself a ship and get off the planet, honestly. Um, so, like the chem lab, you need that to make certain compounds, the atmospheric condenser, the research chamber, because they give you no starting research bytes. The request platform, the shredders, I don't really use them, but, you know, so like I wouldn't even miss those things. But the chem lab, the atmospheric condenser, and the research chamber, yeah, that's kind of big. And then the settings that they've given you on Aatrox, if you scroll down here, gravity is at 1, so that's not bad. Ambient wind rate is 5, and the random wind gust rate is 2. So that actually is pretty good. It means you're going to have constant wind all the time on this planet. But they have turned the multiplier down. And then in a lot of the biomes, what you see here, like for the mountains, biome weight is 7, POIs are 3.5, resources are 1.5, hazards are 1.5, decorators are 2, and puzzles are 1.5. That is probably the best area in there, because canyons have been turned up to 6, resources down to 0.5, hazards are up to 4, decorators are 6.5, and POIs are 2.1. So they've turned up the hazards on a lot of these, and which is going to make it quite difficult, especially when you get down to the mantle. Hazards are 6. So getting to the core is going to be difficult. POIs are 1.5, resources 1.2, decorators 1.5. But then even when you get down to the core, everything, the hazards are turned up by 0.5, and everything else is turned way down. Resources are 0.1. You're going to find next to nothing down at the core. Dunes, yeah, they're going to kill you. Hazards is 6, biome weight 6, resources 0.8, decorators 2.2, and the POI is 3. A quick trip into the dunes wouldn't be too bad, but I wouldn't recommend staying there, because there's going to be a lot of stuff around there that's just wanting to kill you. So we're not going to jump into a custom game this time. We're going to jump into just a regular old adventure game. So the Exofarm event is currently on right now, and we're going to fly down to the planet. So you take a look around. We're landing out in a field here. We've got mountains beside us. Ooh, there's a piece of a crashed spaceship there. And we've got some other stuff around here. So now that we're down, I have a bunch of my keys, because I do have this gamepad that I use. I've got a lot of my keys bound to that thing. And then, of course, bound to keys that are on my mouse as well. So if some of my key selections look a little weird, that's why. I've changed these to suit myself. If you go into the settings, change them to how you like. So let's jump out of our dropship here. Let everything get set up. There's our little launch pad. And boom, there we go. So we have arrived. So checking missions, and you're going to want to check missions. We just push F and we've made planetfall. So we've essentially completed the first mission right there. And click the button and we get that. So we got ourselves a small printer and an oxygenator. So our next mission is to unpack the oxygenator, install it on the shelter, and then connect the printer to our shelter. Not a problem. We'll just unpack this little guy. I love how that stuff unpacks. Take it, put it right there. And then we're going to take this little guy, and the little brown dot on there is the front of your printer. So You want to face it away from your shelter. And then plug it in. Boom! That's 2 missions completed already. And we're barely 2 minutes in. So let's claim that. And that got us 500 bytes and a pack of tethers. So our next one is breathing space. Connect a tether to the oxygenator. Nothing easier. I have this action bound to the T key, which I've assigned over on my keypad there. And it looks like we have a... Yes, we have an entrance. No, we do not. Okay, I thought that might be a cave entrance right there. I was wrong. Let's check this one. That one almost goes down to the caves. How about this one? Yes, this one does go down to the caves. So, I'm going to run a string of tethers from there over to that hole. And we're just going to go like this and... Oh. There we go. Drop a tether. And we've completed another mission. And I'm just going to run a string of them out here. So now I know where my cave entrance is going to be when we have a couple of new missions now. So you don't always have to run back to this mission log here. I've got this one bound to R, which brings up my compass, my research catalog, and the mission log. So depending on what you're going to get in your mission, if all you get in your mission is something like, oh, let's see. If you get one that only gives you, like this one here, landfilling, fill a small canister with soil. All you get is 500 bytes. This one you can claim straight off your backpack. However, ones like this, where you get items, small canister, plus the bytes, you can't claim that on your backpack. You have to come back to the launch pad here in order to claim it, because you're actually getting stuff, and that stuff will drop here. I don't know why it can't be a thing on the backpack. Click it, claim it, stuff drops there, and then when you get back to your base, it's there waiting for you. So, click that one. And there we go. We have a canister that we can put soil into now. Now, I've got Q set to open my backpack, and then Tab to open my catalog. And of course, I haven't changed the tool on here. It's still E. But I like to open my backpack, bring out my tool, and I like to put my canister on there, because it just seems like a good place for it. It keeps my backpack open at any time. Like, I can be running around and look at the back of my backpack here and see how many empty slots I've got on there. So we need some soil. And the best place that we're going to get that, because I don't want to dig right next to my base. Like, there's some resin out there and some compound right there. I might dig up those two because they're reasonably far from my base. But if there was a deposit of that, like this deposit of resin right here, I'm not going to touch that. Because it's a little too close to my base, and it's right next to my entrance for the caves. So that would just kind of wreck things. Now, I saw on this little platform over here a small wind turbine. So we're going to grab that little guy. And then I'm going to go up here, and we're going to dig out some soil and fill our canister. Oh, and we're getting a bit of compound along with it. Perfect. And there we go. We have completed landfilling. Our canister is full. Our oxygen is down to half. But not to worry, we're close to base. Cool. So we'll just come back over here and check our mission log. We get a medium storage, 2 medium platform A's, and an oxygenator. Oh, That one's tracked. We haven't actually done that one. We've finished landfilling, which gives us 500 bytes. Cool. Now we're on to resourcing. So we got to gather 4 compound and 4 resin. Easy enough. We will head over this way because there's that nice big patch of resin right over there. And we will just pull up a whole bunch of this. And 4 pieces of compound. There we go. And then we're going to run over here. And we're going to pull up some resin. Because we're going to need a lot of resin as this game goes on. For making platforms. And there we go. We have completed that one. Now, I saw this thing right here, and there is an astronaut right there. We'll click on his backpack. And we're going to grab that, grab the light, grab that, and grab that. And then we're going to run for home. Because we're getting low on oxygen. There we go. We made it just in time. Okay. What did we get? That. So. There's our medium storage. There are our 2 medium platforms. I thought I saw an oxygenator on there too. Oh, we got the schematic for the oxygenator. Okay. So we get these 2 things, and then we get a schematic for the oxygenator. So we can now print an oxygenator on our small printer over here to take to other planets. So we've got 2 of these little platforms there, and we've got that, which is great. I'm not going to unpack them just yet. We're actually going to leave those right there. So let's take a look at this. In the first 15 minutes of playing this game, we have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missions already. And our next one is going to be very easy. And it is something we're going to need, so I'm actually going to unpack this. Because the thing that we're going to be printing is a medium printer. So, on a lot of the platforms, you'll notice this little red triangle right there. And that is the front of the platform. So, if you take anything like this medium storage and you place it on there, or a printer or whatever, it will by default face this side of your platform where that triangle is. You can turn it. I've got it set to Z and X to rotate left and right. So if you want, go ahead and you can turn those. Let's open this up. And medium printer. We need 2 compound. Well, we picked up 4 over there, so we're good to go. So we'll print this little guy off. And there we go. 1 medium printer. We'll just slap that on there and unpack it. And we've completed another mission. So, what did we get for that mission? Oh, we got a large platform B and a schematic for it. Okay, so we got to go over here. Click on that. And there's our platform. So large platform Bs are really kind of good. I like them. Very handy. Their bigger cousin, large platform C, is even better. And the large C platforms are mainly what I used for building my nanocarbon alloy factory. Okay, we have a floodlight here. And I'm going to put that on my base because I don't need it taking up space there. I don't need tethers at the moment. So we're going to go over 1. And we're going to make oxygen filters, which we need resin for. And I'm making one of those because... There we go. Power's back up. There's that spaceship right there, and I want to go see what that has for me. Generally, those spaceships will have some good stuff on there. Like stuff that you normally can't get right at the beginning of the game. So, if you find wrecked pieces of spaceship down on the planet, go check them out. It's worth it. Okay. Yeah, we'll zoom in a bit, and we're going to have to dig out this whole thing here. Oh, we've got a big rock over here. Alright, there we go. Hit let go. Finally. And we need to clear out a bit of stuff on this side too. Cool. That rock should go away in a second. And we have... Oh, we've got a little research rock right there. Cool. What we have over here? We've got some copper, we've got a solid fuel jump jet, and our backpack is full. Because we've got organic on there. So I'm going to actually get rid of the organic. And somebody in there is making an awful lot of noise. Ooh, and we've got some ceramic as well. Nice. Anything else in there? No. Okay, so we've got a medium generator. Somewhat helpful. Our spaceship is making a ton of noise back there because it doesn't like the fact that I dug a hole underneath it. Okay, so my little oxygen filter ran out. It's fine. These little guys, wind turbines, they're fantastic. You don't need a platform to put them on because they can sit right there, and you can use a cable to plug them in to provide more power for your shelter and anything that's connected to it, or if you want, take it and plug it in right there. What else do we have? Well, we've got a few things here. So I'm going to leave my ceramic and my copper here, and I'm going to leave it on this dark gray area right here. I don't want to place it out here because there's a chance that it could just fall right through the ground and then I lose it, which is not great. I'm going to leave the compound behind, and I'm going to leave my tethers. And I'm going to keep the resin with me. I'm going to leave that jump jet as well. Oh yeah, and I forgot about that. We have a curious item, which we'll look at that later. And we've got some more tethers. So that leaves me 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... excuse me. 10 spots that I can use to pick stuff up. And hopefully we find some stuff down in the caves. Actually, I'm going to grab those tethers. We're going to take those with us. I'm going to try and run a line down into the caves. We're not going to go terribly far with it, but we will go a little ways. Jump over that little guy and drop one there. So tethers are helpful only because they give you power and oxygen and also a little bit of light right there, and they give you a path back to the surface. So we need to go down there, which honestly is not that far. I'm going to drop another tether right here and dig into this a little bit. And I want to widen that out because I want to make a ramp down that way. So, let's see. Can I find... Yes, I can. Okay. So, you'll notice the 5 dots in the middle of the circle there. If you place the center dot on one of those triangles, then it orients itself to whatever angle that triangle is on. And then while I've got my tool out, I press Z, and there we go. We've got flatten, and now I can do this. And we can make ourselves a little bit of a ramp that goes right down to the floor there. Perfect. Oh, a little too far away. Okay. There we go. And I think I've got about 2 more of those left. We're going to drop one there. And we have a broken one of these right here, but we do have some carbon that we can put on that working one we've got upstairs. Blue stuff there. Okay, that's aluminum. We've got some more over there with a little bit of research, and I thought yep, there's some resin in the back. Oh, yes, we do have some crystals over here that we can get. That's good, because I'm going to want to make beacons at some point. Beacons are very helpful. 3 will do for now. One of the things that I'm really looking for down here is a little platform like this one that has a portable smelter on it. So instead of researching the big smelter, which is in here, and it is on the medium printer, oh, that is the small printer. We want the medium one. So instead of unlocking that for 250 bytes, I would rather have the small portable printers, because they're smaller. I can pack more of those onto a platform. Okay, we have an oxygen, and let's go this way. There we go. Connect that up. And well, we've got one of those boxes that we need dynamite to blow up. Nothing over there. Not a lot over here. Huh. Well. Ooh, hello. We have a working generator over here with a light. Yes. Work lights. They're fantastic. I love them. Ooh. If you can find one of these poles with 3 research bytes on it, you can have a nearly endless supply of research bytes just by attaching an auto arm to it and a research chamber and a little power supply. I see a platform over here. You have an oxygen filter. I will take that. Thank you. And I see a platform over there. What do you have for me? Not much. You've got a little bit of carbon and some busted stuff. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing tons, and there's one of our Hisbines trying to gas me out. Haha, you missed. Too slow, bud. Okay, so there's not a lot down this set of caves right here. That's, it's not great, but it's not completely, game-breaking. So, now, where do we go? Aha! That's where we open our map. Home is that way. So, we're going to head back this way. And the map will show you approximately how far away stuff is and whether it's above you or below you. So how are we doing for those? Yeah, that oxygen filter is almost done. So I've almost gone through like 2 of these. Nothing over that way. I went that way. Let's take a little run over this way. I want to see if there's anything over here. There might be. Okay, here's another one of these with 3 research pieces on it. So I will probably bring down a research chamber and set that one up right there, because it's really close to where I came down into the caves. I'm not seeing a whole lot of anything down here. new stuff is popping up on my map. The purple thing on there is one of the portals. Green things are those cases that we've got to blow up. And I'm not sure what the brown thing is. But it's over that way somewhere. Ooh. The camera is not my favorite thing. The way it zooms in and out like that all the time. I really wish the camera would just stay where I put it. Okay, so I went there and there. Alright, let's go back up top. So, this first video, half an hour long right now. And that is pretty much going to be the end of this video. So we've completed, oh, how many missions? I think we've completed 6 missions, and we're working on these. Now, Smeltering Hot wants you to unlock the smelting furnace and then refine aluminum. But I really don't want to print one of those smelting furnaces. I'd rather grab the little guys. But that's pretty much it for this one. I am going to get started on the next one. And in the next one, we are going to run around up top here, gather some resources. I'm going to grab some more resin. And so I've got 2 pieces on me, and we're going to run around on the surface here and find all the things we can find, like these small wind turbines here, and possibly some medium turbines, solar panels, anything we can use for power back here. And we're going to bring it all back to base here, and hopefully somewhere out there I can find one of the extra large landing platforms, because then that will give us transportation in the form of the gravity globe. And those things are fun to run around in. So, until next time, I'll catch you later.